Hello, 7th standard CBSE children. Hi, have a good day. Have a nice day. Today we are going to do video number 14. This video session we start with chapter 7, weather, climate and adaptations of animals to that climatic conditions. What do you understand weather? How is today's weather? Early morning when we get up, is it a sunny day or rainy day? We are in rainy season there, so now it is raining. But as such, in your place Tirunelveli, morning we don't have rain, but after 11 o'clock in the morning we get rain, is it not? So the climatic condition, it is changing. Now it is a monsoon period. சரி அந்த பருவக்காற்று பருவமழைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க அதான் மான்சூன் பீரியட். I hope you could understand the heading as weather, climate and adaptations of animals to climate. சரி, in your textbook see this one, weather. See this one, weather. It is given weather. Normally in newspaper we find maximum temperature, minimum temperature and then humidity and rainfall. If it rains, it is rainfall, and then sunrise, sunset, moon rise, all that we find. Yeah, that is the weather report. Normally we say it as weather report. So normally when we go to school, if it is a sunny day, we are fine. But if it rains, what our parents are doing, they are asking us to take the raincoat or umbrella. Then all our books and notebooks should be kept in a safe bag, polythene bag ulla vechi adala we protect ourselves. Is it not? So that weather, it is that we find the daily weather report. Normally, it carries information about temperature, humidity, rainfall during the past 24 hours. This is and then future it will be forecast, prediction and the forecast. Okay, it also predicts the weather for the day. And humidity, as you know, is a measure of moisture in the air. Humidity is the measure of moisture in the air. I hope you understand. So now, see this figure. Like நான் இந்த lesson நடத்துறது இந்த வீடியோல picture வரும் பாத்துக்கோ. Now see this picture. நார்மலா அது உனக்கு கலர்ல வரும். It is a blue sky. So it is a sunny day. Blue sky வந்து நல்ல with little clouds. It is a blue sky. So it is a sunny day. There is no clouds at all. So it is a sunny day. The given figure shows sunny day. Okay. So name the elements that determine the weather of a place are temperature, rainfall and humidity. The weather that determines a place are temperature, rainfall and humidity. It is temperature, spelling paathuko, temperature, rainfall and humidity. Humidity na ஈரப்பதம் சொல்லுவோம்ல, நிறைய சில்லுன்னு இருந்தா நமக்கு வந்து குளிரா இருக்கும்ல. So temperature, rainfall and humidity. So these are called elements of weather. So the elements of weather are temperature, rainfall and humidity. Sometimes it will be having a wind பிளேஸும் இருக்கும், விண்டியாகவும் இருக்குல்ல, ஆடி மாதம் நிறைய காற்று அடிக்கும்ல. ஸோ தட் டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் த கிளைமேட்டிக் சேஞ்சஸ். Okay. Now at the same time, the weather what we are having in our place Tirunelveli is not similar to that of other places. So if I am in Chennai, அங்க வந்து climatic condition வேறையா இருக்கும். But it is a monsoon period தான். இப்போ உள்ளது வந்து monsoon period, but still இங்க மழை பெய்யும், வேற பிளேஸ்ல மழை பெய்யாது. ஈவன் இன் திருநெல்வேலி நம்ம மாறாத நகரில் மழை பெய்யுதுன்னா டவுன்ல மழை பெய்யுமா பெய்யாதா தெரியாது. சேம் வே வைஸ் வர்சா. சரியா? So that climatic condition will change according to the environmental changes. Okay. So normally in different states in our textbook it is given in different states. For example, in Jammu and Kashmir it is cold and wet. The climatic condition mostly it is cold and wet, and it is in extreme northern part of India. So northern part of India, the people enjoy all the 4 different types of season. Enna season la hot, summer, winter, spring and autumn season சொல்லுல. அது வந்து இந்த winter season வந்து நிறைய இருக்கும். So it is always mostly cold and wet climate. Whereas in Kerala it is hot and wet. நம்ம nearby state தான், but in Kerala it is hot and wet. And in Rajasthan, other part of that our country, Rajasthan state la it is hot and dry. Rajasthan the desert இருக்குல்ல, அதனால it is hot and dry. And in northeast India it is hot and wet. இந்த 4 ஸ்டேட்டும் நம்ம டெக்ஸ்ட் புக்ல இருக்கு. So please understand, Jammu and Kashmir cold and wet, Kerala hot and wet, Rajasthan hot and dry, northeast India hot and hot and wet. So these are the climatic conditions in these 4 states. That is given in our textbook. Accordingly, you will understand. Right? Now, weather we are talking about. Yeah? So how do we know this? Who is indicating this weather? It is said the weather reports are prepared by meteorological department of the government. Person who studied geological geography, topography chalula, and then astronomy, and then this satellite studies, and the remote sensing ஒரு branch இருக்கு. அந்த மாதிரி அந்த branches and அந்த details படிக்கிறவா வந்து they do this weather report, weather predictions la பண்ணுவா, and they are called meteorological department. Okay, so weather reports are prepared by the meteorological department of the government. முன்னெல்லாம் கவர்மெண்ட் மட்டும்தான் சொல்லும், ஆனால் இப்போலாம் நிறைய ப்ரைவேட் கம்பெனிஸும் இருக்கு. Right? This department collects data on temperature, wind, humidity and rainfall and makes the weather prediction. The prediction வந்து forecast னு சொல்லுவாங்க. சரியா? The day-to-day condition of atmosphere at a place with respect to temperature, humidity, rainfall and wind speed is called weather of that place. The weather at that particular place. சரியா? The temperature, again I repeat, the temperature, rainfall, humidity and wind speed, they are known as elements of the weather. They are known as elements of the weather. I hope you understand this. Then, what is meteorology? We come across a term material. We come across a term meteorology. We come across a term meteorology. It is a scientific study of the atmosphere and its components. Meteorology is the scientific study of atmosphere and its component. And the scientists who study and predict the weather, forecast the weather, are called meteorologists. Meteorologist. Okay, it's called meteorologist. I hope you understand. Blue light on board clear. Right. Now you should understand two terms, climate and season. We come across two terms. One is climate and another one is season. What do you understand? Climate and season. Climate is a long-term weather pattern of a particular area measured over a period of 20 to 25 years. What is it? Climate is a long-term weather pattern of a particular area measured over a period of 20 to 25 years. For example, Kashmir, it is mostly cold climate. Kashmir, it's mostly cold climate. Rajasthan, it is hot climate because of the desert. And for example, Mumbai and Tamil Nadu, we find warm and humid climate. Tamil Nadu romba hot and cold climate. So it is as warm and humid. That is climatic conditions. But a season is a period of time in a year marked by distinct weather pattern. I repeat, season is a period of time in a year marked by distinct weather pattern. And then it occurs as a result of change in earth position with respect to the sun. It occurs as a result of change in position with respect to sun. Adhaan, for example, one example book as see this figure. Can you see? So sun, then it at the moment. Now June here summer. June in the side, in the portion of the earth winter, inge summer. Whereas here in the portion of the earth this side it is summer, spring, and here it is autumn. Same way here in December month, summer and winter. Same way in southern hemisphere, spring and autumn season. Like that, the wind climatic changes will do like this. Okay. So as season is a period of time in a year that is marked by distinct weather pattern. And it occurs as a result of change in earth position with respect to the sun. I hope you understand. So actually the earth spins around an imaginary line called axis. And the axis the change in the season of the earth in the picture comes in the I hope you understand. So in India, which lies in northern hemisphere, summer pre-monsoon season usually lasts from March to May. And winter is a month from January and February. And the monsoon rainy season lasts from June to September in most of the places. October to December is considered as post-monsoon period, and most states do not receive monsoon rain during this time. I hope you could follow this. So this is for the climate and season, where we come across another structure. The instrument, இதெல்லாம் நான் சொல்லும்போது உனக்கு வீடியோவில் கலர் பிக்சராக வரும். நான் இப்போ சும்மா காட்டுறேன். So now here, see this figure. One minute. See this one. This instrument is called rain gauge. Rain gauge it is an instrument or apparatus used to find the amount of rainfall measurement. Rain gauge. For example, நீ just ஒரு மக்குல ஒரு பெரிய என்ன சொல்றது அகந்த பாத்திரம் பவுல வந்து you just keep it on a open space in the terraceல வை. அது மழை பெய்யுங்க, அந்த மழை எவ்வளவு வருதோ அந்த அளவு வந்து மழை பெய்கிறது. அதே மாதிரி என்ன சொல்ல லார்ஜ் ஸ்கேல்ல people use this rain gauge for the measurement of the rainfall. சரியா? The next one, it is anemometer giving the wind speed. காத்து காலத்துல this is anemometer wind speed. In the diagram, anemometer wind speed. சரியா? Then bottom, it is hygrometer. I hope you understand. This is hygrometer. And then here, this bottom one, this is maximum and minimum thermometer, where when we have maximum temperature, that will be noted in this same way minimum temperature for the weather report. So we say the instruments used to measure the elements of weather and the anemometer, maximum and minimum thermometer, rain gauge and hygrometer. I hope you could follow this. So this is for the instruments that we are using. And then it is said that the presence of the polars. Now see here again this picture. This is globe, earth. The middle equator portion, that is forming the tropical region, and other opposite ends, they are called polar regions. Middle equator portion, tropical region, other both the sides, opposite end, they are called polar regions. Are you clear? Now this polar and tropical region, we find the places as polar regions are polar region. It is forming Canada. Polar regions like Canada, Greenland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Alaska in USA, and Siberian part of Russia, Siberian region of Russia. These regions are well-known countries for polar regions. Okay, whereas tropical rainforest, central tropical rainforest, அதெல்லாம் வந்து as first India, Malaysia, then Indonesia, spelling 1 minute, Indonesia, then Brazil, and Congo, given Republic of Congo, Kenya, Uganda, and Nigeria. These are all meant for tropical rainforest region. So in a globe, in an earth, the equator portion is tropical region with these countries: India, Malaysia, Indonesia, Brazil, Congo, Kenya, Uganda and Nigeria. Whereas polar ocean, Canada, Greenland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Alaska in USA and Siberia in Russia. I hope you are able to follow this. So this is for the places for this one. Okay. Then we'll come back to elements of weather. First one, the temperature. Temperature என்ன சொல்லிருக்கோம்? The earth is, நம்ம bookல இல்லை, கொஞ்சம் listen பண்ணிக்கோ. The earth is 150 million kilometers away from the sun. The distance and the composition of atmosphere, it ensures that temperature on Earth's surface is maintained at an average of 15 degrees centigrade. And the sun controls daily changes in temperature. It is hotter in the day than at night because Earth receives energy from the sun during the day. The one more question, follow paniko. It is daytime is hotter than nighttime because Earth receives energy from the sun during the day. Then the maximum minimum thermometer is used to measure the maximum and minimum temperature. And the maximum temperature is usually recorded between 2 and 5 p.m. and minimum temperature is just before or around the sunrise. So it's the maximum minimum thermometer. I hope you understand. The next one, wind, it is anemometer. The picture paru, wind anemometer. Wind is caused by uneven heating of the land. Wind is caused by uneven heating of the land. Wind affect the weather of a place to a great extent. Wind affect the weather of a place to a great extent. And then a hot strong wind called Loo, L-O-O. A hot strong wind called Loo, which originates in the Great Indian Desert, blows over North India in summer. அதனால சம்மர் நாட்டில் அனல் காற்று அடிக்கிறது சொல்லல, ரொம்ப ஹாட்டாக இருக்கும். In winter, same way in winter, cold wind from Himalayan region blow across the North Indian plains. This is why places like Delhi are hot in summer and cold in winter. Wind speed is measured using an instrument called anemometer. I hope you understand. We'll just continue. We are talking about wind. Wind speed is measured using an anemometer. Just now we finished. Next one, humidity. Humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. ஈரப்பதம்னு சொல்லுவோம்ல, காலையில் நல்லா சில்லுன்னு இருக்கும், மத்தியானம் வந்து ரொம்ப ஹாட்டாக இருக்கும், மறுபடியும் கொஞ்சம் கூலாக இருக்குல்ல, அதான் due to humidity, moisture in the atmosphere, right? So humidity is the amount of water vapor in the air. It changes throughout the day. அதான் சொன்னீங்க, மார்னிங் கூலாக இருக்கும், மார்னிங் அண்ட் ஈவினிங் கூலாக இருக்கும். The sun causes water to evaporate from the water body. ரொம்ப ஹாட்டாக நம்ம துணியெல்லாம் காயப்பட்டோன்னா உடனே காஞ்சிரும் இல்லையா, அப்போ அந்த மாய்ச்சர்லாம் எங்கே போகிறது? இட் இஸ் சன்லைட்னால அது வந்து ட்ரை ஆகிடுது. So sun causes water to evaporate from water bodies. The increases amount of water vapor in the air. Coastal areas are more humid than the inland areas. இந்த ஊருக்குள்ளெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் ஹாட்டாக இருக்கும் இல்லையா, whereas seashore பக்கம்னா it is cool. Another coastal areas are more humid than the inland areas. And humidity is measured using an instrument called hygrometer. Humidity is measured using an instrument called hygrometer. So elements of weather, temperature பார்க்குறோம். So you should remember maximum minimum thermometer. wind வந்து anemometer to know the wind speed, and humidity moisture in the air பார்க்கிறதுக்கு வந்து hygrometer. I hope you understand. The next one, it is precipitation. Precipitation is water that falls to the earth in the form of rain. I repeat, precipitation is water that falls to the earth in the form of rain. Rain, snow, hail, or sleet. It is given rain, snow, hail, H-A-I-L, hail, or sleet. Hail na enartham? Rain which turned into little ball of ice due to sudden cooling. I repeat, hail naga H-A-I-L, hail na rain which turned into little ball of ice due to sudden cooling. Alangatti mazhai solluvoம்ல அந்த மாதிரி. Whereas sleet is rain which has turned into ice because of cold weather. Extreme North India நிறைய இதா இருக்கும், பனிமழை சொல்லுவோம்ல அது. Sleet, rain which has turned into ice because of cold weather. So this rain, snow, hail or sleet, these are form of precipitation. When the amount of water in the air increases, it condenses into tiny droplets of water which join together to form clouds. The droplets grow bigger and become these droplets grow bigger and comes down as rain. We can measure the rainfall received in certain amount of time using an instrument called rain gauge. Padam kaamchilla and rain gauge. If the temperature is very low, water vapor condenses to form snow. If the temperature is very low, water vapor condenses to form snow. Snowfall is common in states that are in Himalayas. Jammu Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. இதெல்லாம் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோ. நான் இந்தியா மேப் நீ ஜியோகிராஃபியில் படிச்சிருக்கையில் அதை வச்சு கேட்பேன். Are you clear? Shall I go to next? The next one, factors that affect climate. Next one is factors that affect climate. என்ன சொல்றது? First one, latitude, which is distance from the equator. Second one, altitude, height above the sea level. And third, distance from sea and ocean currents. Distance from sea and ocean currents. Then fourth one is the wind. So there are four factors which affect the climate: latitude, distance from the equator, altitude, high above the sea level, and distance from sea and ocean current. Fourth one, wind. இதெல்லாம் நம்ம புக்கில் வந்து ஜஸ்ட் ப்ரீஃபாக கொடுத்துருக்கு. ஆனால் நம்ம இதுவும் நான் அடுத்த வீடியோவில் வந்து பிபிடி ப்ரெசன்டேஷனாக தந்திருப்பேன். அதை வச்சு நீ நல்லா படிக்கணும். ஓகே, ஸோ ஃபஸ்ட், different places in the world have different climate. அது எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும் இல்லையா? Some factors that determine the climate are: first one, distance from the equator, that is called latitude. Another, the sun's rays fall directly on the equator. Sun rays fall directly on the equator but hit the polar region at an angle. As a result, region closer to the equator are warmer than places closer to the poles. இந்த figure பாரு, ஒரு நிமிஷம். இது உனக்கு எவ்வளோ தூரம் கிளியராக இருக்குன்னு தெரியல, இதை பார்த்துக்கோ இந்த பிக்சர். சரியா? ஸோ sun's rays fall directly on the equator but hit the polar region at an angle. As a result, region closer to the equator are warmer than places closer to the poles. Okay. Then height above the sea level, that is altitude. As you move higher above sea level, the temperature decreases. This is why hilly station which are at high altitude are cooler than towns in the plains. நம்மளா இருக்கிறது வந்து plains. இந்த ஊட்டி, கொடைக்கானல், குன்னூர், மூணார் அதெல்லாம் வந்து hilly area. அங்கெல்லாம் வந்து it is high altitude, அதாவது high above the sea level. அதனால it is always cooler in nature. சரி, so high above the sea level க்கு பேரு altitude, right? The next distance from the sea and ocean current, அது என்ன சொல்றதுன்னா places near the sea usually have humid climate without severe variation in temperature. I repeat, places near the sea usually have a humid climate without severe variation in temperature. Okay, the ocean absorbs much of the heat radiated by the sun. When seawater evaporates, the humidity of the place increases, and sea breeze and land breeze help to maintain a moderate climate in coastal areas. Just understand paniko. And then ocean currents play an important role in controlling the climate. They carry warm water from the tropical region, that is places near the equator, to the poles, and cold water from poles to the tropic. சரியா? Warm currents make coastal region warmer, whereas cold current make them cooler and can lead to the formation of deserts. இது வந்து உனக்கு QB-ல இருக்கும், லாங் ஆன்சரா அதையும் பார்த்துக்கோ. சரியா? The next one, wind. Wind that generally originate from a particular direction are called prevailing winds. These winds bring air from an area with one type of climate to the another. The climate of a place can change over time. Also, climate change is influenced by several other factors, such as variation in the amount of solar radiation received by the earth, and volcanic eruption, human activity like burning of fossil fuel. Sure? So these are the factors that affect the climate. இதெல்லாம் distance from the equator, latitude, high above the sea level, that is altitude, then distance from the sea and ocean currents, and then wind. So these are the factors. சரி, இது வந்து இன்னும் ஒரு தடவை வேணா பாஸ் பண்ணி போட்டுக்கோ. ஸோ தட் இதில் இதெல்லாம் நான் வந்து ஷார்ட் ஆன்சர் கேட்பேன். இன்னும் வீடியோ 16ல் வந்து இது வந்து பவர் பாயிண்ட் ப்ரெசன்டேஷனாக கொடுத்துருக்கேன். தட் ஆல்சோ கொடுப்பேன். தட் ஆல்சோ யூ வில் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட். ஓகே, ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன், இது வந்து நான் ஏற்கனவே இப்போ சொன்னேன்ல, அது ஃபிகர் மட்டும் பாரு. திஸ் இஸ் சன், டிஸ்டன்ஸ் அவே ஃப்ரம் தட் க்ளோசருங்கிறதுக்கு வந்து இந்த பிக்சர் பாரு. சரியா? தென் இது வந்து டே அண்ட் நைட்டு. இந்த ஃபிகர் வந்து டே அண்ட் நைட்டு. இது வந்து tilt of earth and its movement around the sun causes seasonal changes. I hope you could follow this. Yes sir? Sure. Then இதில் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கீங்கன்னாக்க, distance from the sun, the farther the earth is from the sun, the lesser the heat obtained from the sun. And as earth revolves around the sun, only one hemisphere is closer to the sun at a time. So, when the north pole is towards the sun, it is warmer than the south pole, and vice versa. அதுக்கு இந்த ஃபிகர் சொல்லிட்டு, இந்த ஃபிகர் இருக்குல்ல அது, ரைட்? The next one is tilt of that, and the season change சொல்றோம்ல, autumn in northern hemisphere, spring in southern hemisphere, அது வந்து சொல்றோம். Then you should know about sunrise and sunset. Are you clear? Then factors that affect the distance from the equator, latitude, high above the sea level, altitude. I hope you could follow this. So just go through this for a second, and then you should know about the art integration or activity work we should always any activity, how do we think, how do we act நம்ம தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கும் ஜம்மு காஷ்மீரில் உள்ளதுக்கும் ஆல்வேஸ் டு பி கம்பேர்டு. அதுதான் சிபிஎஸ்சி போர்டு நமக்கு சொல்லியிருக்கிறது. ஸோ இந்த லெசன் வெதர் கிளைமேட் இட்ஸ் a suitable topic to compare our தமிழ்நாடு ஸ்டேட் அண்ட் ஜம்மு அண்ட் காஷ்மீர். ஸோ இதுக்கு ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டி ரெடி பண்ணு, தட் இஸ் ஃபார் ஆர்ட் இன்டகிரேஷன். சரியா? அது என்ன பண்ணணும், இந்தியா மேப்பில் ஜம்மு காஷ்மீர் ஸ்டேட்டை நீ ஜியாகிரஃபி ஹிஸ்ட்ரியிலலாம் ஷேடு பண்ணுவீங்க, அந்த மாதிரி ஜியாகிரஃபி ஷேடு பண்ண மாதிரி ஜம்மு காஷ்மீரையும் தமிழ்நாடையும் ஷேடு பண்ணு. அப்புறம் அது சைடில் அந்த சி லெவலில் அந்த மார்க்கிங்லாம் பண்ணுவீங்க, 3 சி இதையும். அப்புறம் வின்டர் சீசன், சம்மர் சீசன், அந்த 4 சீசனும் என்னங்கிறத இந்தியா மேப்பில் ரெடி பண்ண. ஒரே மேப்பில் பண்ண முடியலைன்னாக்க 2 மேப் நீ எடுத்து அதை சார்ட் பேப்பரில் ஒட்டி ரெடி பண்ணு. ஐ ஹோப் யூ ஆர் ஏபிள் டு ஃபாலோ திஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட். ஆனால் நீ கண்டிப்பாக இந்த லெசனுக்கு ஆர்ட் இன்டகிரேஷன் பண்ணலாம். ஆர் யூ கிளியர்? shall I continue for few just ஒரே ஒரு சம்மிங் அப் தான். ஓகே, ஸோ என்னெல்லாம் படிச்சிருக்கோம் நம்ம இப்போ இந்த வீடியோ செஷன் 14ல எலிமெண்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் வெதர் அண்ட் தென் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் தட் அஃபெக்ட் த கிளைமேட், எலிமெண்ட்ஸ் ஆஃப் வெதர், அதுக்கப்புறம் ஃபேக்டர்ஸ் அஃபெக்டிங் தி வெதர் ஆஃப் அ பிளேஸ், instruments that are used for measuring the elements of weather as temperature, maximum minimum thermometer, wind anemometer, humidity hygrometer, rain rain gauge. அப்புறம் இந்த altitude, latitude and distance from the sea and ocean wind படிச்சிருக்கோம் இல்லையா? ஸோ இது first part of the lesson in climate, weather climate. அடுத்த part adaptations of animals to this climatic conditions next video sessionல படிப்போம். சரியா? We'll continue in the next session. Thank you.